Hey there, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. It's about 1:20 a.m. at the current moment that I'm recording this, and I just wanted to make a video talking about my favorite chapter in Dead by Daylight, and it is the most recent chapter. It's the Castlevania chapter, because it gave me my favorite survivor, my favorite cosmetics for a survivor to turn into another survivor, aka Alucard, and also it gave me Dracula, who is probably my favorite killer in the game by far to play as. I thought it would be kind of a phase enjoying playing as the Dark Lord, and over time, I've just enjoyed it more and more. The bat form is super fun to use now, especially with the buffs, maybe a little too good. The Hellfire feels incredible at a lot of different loops, and the wolf form is very underrated and is my favorite form to use in terms of chase. I'm quite addicted to playing as this killer, and the versatility in the power and using the killer at different loops and maps and tiles. So I really have to kind of force myself to swap off of it. On the flip side, I haven't swapped off of Trevor and Alucard once. I unironically don't think I've played another survivor at all. And with the new tome coming out for Castlevania, which is going to have a new legendary visceral skin with a new Mori for Dracula, and then also a legendary that turns Trevor into Soma Cruz, which is a, spoiler, reincarnation of Dracula, so I can play as Dracula as survivor and killer. I'm going to be maining that as well, so I'm going to have 3 characters on the same survivor that I get to play as, on top of having a new full animation set with a cosmetic, on top of a new Mori, with the new Mori system so I can see it all the time. I'm eating good. I'm eating good. My favorite chapter used to be Project W with Wesker, which is by far still a very solid killer. But I'm not a huge fan of the survivors. I'm not a fan of RPD at all. So Wesker is just generally the only part of the chapter that I really like, but still one of the best designed killers in the game. With Castlevania, I like every aspect of it. I haven't even gotten down to the perks of Dracula, for example, who has a totem perk and a chest perk in order to kind of center around both those different kind of builds, and then a totem in order to work with both of those kind of builds. And on the other side with Trevor, he also has perks that are pretty unique. He's got a chest searching perk, which will heal you over time if you search a chest twice, or you can use appraisal with that in order to just search one chest, and then you can get the full effect as well. You've got a perk to where you can upgrade your item as you stun the killer and then keep that going into the next match, which is just cool. It's a very neat idea. And then you've also got Eyes of Belmont, which is Lethal Pursuer, but for Survivor. So the killer is super fun, super well designed. I enjoy going against them a lot, and I enjoy playing as the killer a lot. I am maining the survivors as well with Alucard and Trevor, and soon to be Soma Cruz on top of all that. It's a plethora of fun, neat ideas for perks, and very useful ones at that, especially if you're going for chest or totem builds. And in terms of the cosmetics, I mean, I'm eating fantastic, considering that we have an entire rift coming that is completely dedicated to the Castlevania update. However, it's not all pros. There is one big downside to this chapter that I cannot let be ignored, and it's that it didn't come with a map. Dracula's castle as a map with big open interiors that could basically behave like an outdoor map would have been kick-ass. Granted, it is pretty cool that you can see it on original maps outside of the map just sitting there, because lore-wise, it does move around like that. So I think that's really, really neat. But being actually able to play on the map itself would have been pretty awesome. However, also indoor map, you know, they don't do that very well. So maybe they were doing us a favor with that. I don't know. It would have been cool to at least see it conceptualized, though. The only other nitpick with this chapter, and it is very much just a personal desire and not at all something I can expect them to be able to pull off, I really want the cosmetics from the show. Look at this version of Dracula. Look how badass he looks. I want that guy. Trevor's outfit from the show is also really, really cool, and I would love that in there as well. I would probably play as Trevor a lot more if he had that, but that is very much a personal want for me. That's not really a negative with the chapter. They already have a lot of cosmetics. I'm not begging for anything like that, but damn, that would be pretty cool. But anyway, just wanted to make a short and sweet video just kind of talking about how much I love the Castlevania chapter and how it's now my favorite chapter in Dead by Daylight. We've had a lot of really cool chapters out there, especially licensed chapters. Like I said before, this Project W would have definitely come to mind, but I don't know, man. Castlevania just kind of won me over, but you guys can let me know what you think about the Castlevania update. If you don't like it, let me know why. Leave it in the comments. Tell me why you don't actually like the chapter and what you find to be wrong with it. Other than, you know, maybe Dracula is a little overtuned. I could totally understand that. But let me know on that. Let me know what your favorite chapter is if it's not Castlevania. Thank you very much for watching me ramble on and be giddy about a chapter on Dead by Daylight. I'm a nerd. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.